Always good, everybody. Cataclysm patch by patch expansion recap. I'm not 100% sure what this is, but it's some sort of drawn out video. It's got some slight artwork that reminds me of Onyxia's More Whelps videos. Basically some stick figure shit in the beginning, so let's see.
2010. On Earth, you're using your Windows Vista PC to look up Avatar showtimes, and your Facebook wall is telling you that Lady Gaga is wearing a meat dress. You need to mail your Iron Man 2 DVD back to Netflix, and on the way to the post office, the radio is abuzz about TikTok, the Kesha song.
So all I know, out of all of that, Kesha's TikTok, Windows XP. Trying to think. What else do I know? That might be it.
Hasn't even been invented yet. In Azeroth, you're an absolute boss, having just vanquished entire armies of undead.
Bro, Cataclysm's release, that's what he's going with here. I didn't just get Bane of the Fallen King. I got it like freaking 8, 9, 10 months before this even came out, so...
While ending Arthas's reign as the Lich King. World of Warcraft Cataclysm is going live, bringing with it sweeping changes to Azeroth and to many of WoW's systems as Deathwing bursts forth and shatters the world. Fast forward to today, and Deathwing is returning once again, Classic launching May 20th. A lot has happened since 2010, so let's take a moment to revisit Cataclysm patch by patch for a refresher on the story and some of the features introduced, and take a look at the brand new changes coming in Cataclysm Classic.
Well, Cataclysm Classic's already out. It got released yesterday.
4.0.1 was the Cataclysm Systems pre-patch, which introduced several interface and system updates ahead of launch. Reforging was introduced, allowing players to allocate some of an item's secondary stat to a different secondary stat. And Mastery was introduced, offering a new secondary stat to consider. Spells and abilities changed, removing ranks in favor of simply scaling with character level, and an updated spellbook UI came along with that. Ammo was removed from the game, a nice quality of life improvement for hunters especially, while cloth, leather, and mail users saw their armor become as durable as plate, which normalized repair costs across classes. Patch 4.0.3 brought us the Shattering. Without warning, the corrupted dragon aspect Deathwing erupted from the stone heart of Deepholm, the domain of Earth within the elemental plane.
It's crazy, I'm not gonna lie.
And monstrous waves pummeled coastal regions.
A lot of our current World of Warcraft things all came from Cataclysm. Cataclysm was the big change of World of Warcraft. And I'm not just talking about what we're seeing here, where all the land and everything is now what it is. I'm talking about just the gameplay mechanics and everything.
Experiences in previously existing areas and new adventures in never-before-seen zones. 2 races were unlocked, Goblins for Horde and Worgen for the Alliance, and fresh race and class combinations accompanied them. 9 new dungeons were introduced.
I took off my pants!
A network of tunnels created by Death
I was too hot.
Blackrock Mountains.
I have shorts on under my pants. Relax, guys.
Hammer Cult, the Throne of Tides, an underwater dungeon and part of the Abyssal Maw that was filled with Naga and ancients of the old gods. The Vortex Pinnacle located in the elemental plane, where armies of air elementals gathered and had to be stopped. The Stone Core in the Temple of Earth above Deepholm that had fallen to the Twilight.
Do you guys want to see me play Cataclysm Classic?
Control. The lost city of Tolvir and Uldum, which pit champions against
I jumped into Classic WoW when it first came out. I'm talking about the remake. I got to level 30 and quit. I played Burning Crusade, I hit max level and quit. Wrath of the Lich King, I hit max level and quit. And I keep quitting because stupid shit keeps coming out on live servers like exact same time, and it's even worse now. But if you guys want to see me play Cataclysm Classic, please let me know. And if you have any other gaming suggestions, let me know.
And his Worgen, until it was liberated by Horde adventurers, was occupied by Vincent Godfrey, traitor to both Gilneas and the Forsaken, and was the target of both the Alliance and the Horde. 3 new raids saw champions face down some of the bigger threats and allies of Deathwing. Blackwing Descent was the lair of the resurrected Nefarian, son of Deathwing, and the site of the heinous experiments he conducted in attempts to create a new breed of chromatic dragons. Bastion of Twilight was the primary fortress of the Twilight Hammer. Cho'Gall, the leader of the cult, dwelled here, as well as Sinestra, mother of Nefaria and Nyxia, and creator of the first Twilight Dragons, reanimated and overseeing the creation of another Twilight Clutch. Throne of Four Winds was located inside the Skywall and was Alakir's personal lair. With the barrier between the elemental plane and Azeroth ruptured, his invasion needed to be stopped. Patch 4.1, Rise of the Zandalari.
I miss the days where World of Warcraft had like two or three raids. Like one of the raids was a one boss raid, and the other raid was like 6 to 8, maybe 10 bosses, but usually 6 to 8 if they did multiple raids.
From the destruction of the Cataclysm, the world's divided troll population faced a bleak future. These dark times spurred the trolls of the Zandalar, the historically wise and scholarly tribe from which all trolls originated, to take drastic action. They embarked on a bold crusade to save their race by uniting trolls into a single mighty empire. With the Zandalari's aid, the fallen capitals of the Gurubashi and the Amani nations, Zul'Gurub and Zulaman, began rebuilding, replenishing their forces for a bloody campaign to expand their territories. Yet, Vol'jin and his Darkspear trolls were not aligned with the Zandalari. They swore to stand with their Horde comrades, and even work with the Alliance should the trolls ignite a new war on Azeroth. Soon, Vol'jin was forced to act on his promise. For if the Gurubashi and Amani were left to their own devices, the world would know the legendary strength and savagery of the ancient troll empires once again. With the trolls attempting to rebuild and reunite, Zulaman and Zul'Gurub were reimagined.
Cataclysm was a huge re-release of old content, just basically with a new layout.
That rewarded achievements and gold for completing various content in a guild group. The Guild Fighter tool was also introduced.
I made so much money off this shit.
Friends to tackle these new adventures with.
I had so many guilds with 1,000 members, maxing it out, kicking people that were offline for a few days. Didn't allow repairs, I just freaking stacked money.
Patch 4.2, Rage of the Firelands, was the second major patch of Cataclysm. Across the breadth of Azeroth, the Horde and the Alliance dealt crushing blows to Deathwing's elemental minions and fanatic Twilight's Hammer cultists. Through it all, the Earthen Ring had never wavered from its tireless charge, holding
This is
Azeroth
why I'm having fun with Mr. Pandaria Remix though.
fury of errant magic
It's
and
taking
ancient
live World of Warcraft and going back in time, giving us that ability to re-explore.
It seemed that the noble
It's not trying to
finally be on the verge of breaking beneath the great weight
redo
that rested
the
on
old.
his shoulders. Even Thrall, for all his wisdom and skill, had grown aggravated by his failure to effectively communicate with Azeroth's elements. Recently, his calls were acknowledged, but the malevolent entity that responded had only intensified Thrall's fears.
I hope they continue more remixes
Brought with it a new raid, the Firelands.
and just continue to learn from the first and the second and the third one and so on.
Ragnaros and his servants. Ragnaros' invasion of Mount High
Utilize
did not go
what's
unnoticed.
wrong in Mr. Pandaria Remix and just make the next one better.
A new legendary item, Dragon Wrath, Terragos's Rest, could be obtained after completing a considerable quest line. This two-handed staff was incredibly powerful, and wielding it was a true testament to dedication. A nice quality of life change improved the durability display's warnings, adjusting yellow to signify 20% durability.
That was
to a durability
wow.
of 5. And access to a wealth of information and lore was added directly.
Bro, so much shit came out in Cataclysm that
Journal.
it just feels so new now. It's so weird.
4.3 Hour of Twilight
I'm
was the
shocked.
third and final
I
installment
thought this
of
stuff came out
Cataclysm,
recently.
and its largest content update since launch. In the wake of the Cataclysm, Azeroth's champions rose up to thwart the forces of the maddened Black Dragon aspect, Deathwing. Thus far, the world's defenders had shattered the power base of the Twilight's Hammer cult and defeated the raging elemental lords Alakir and Ragnaros. Yet despite these victories, as long as Deathwing was free to pursue his twisted goals, Azeroth would remain under threat.
Some of
No one was more aware of this fact than the great dragon
I don't know.
aspects such as Dormu, Alexstrasza,
Lich King or Deathwing, who was better
together with the wise shaman
as an
Thrall,
end
devised a
boss?
plan to vanquish
I think the
Deathwing
fight
from
of
the
Deathwing was
of
better.
design.
We hate it.
Infamous Dragon Soul.
We hate Spine.
Saul and the Noble
We hate
Alliance
Madness of
called upon
Deathwing.
the Horde and Alliance to help them
But
retrieve
it was
the
just so
artifact,
unique and
no
cool.
longer in existence from the distant past. Those brave enough to face the challenge would embark on a perilous journey from Azeroth's apocalyptic end time to Dragon Soul's point of origin during the catastrophic War of the Ancients. If the heroes succeeded, an even more harrowing battle awaited them.
Look at this fight. This fight was...
Hour of
Ooh.
Twilight brought 3
It was
new
so annoying.
dungeons. End time saw heroes visit potential futures that would come to exist should Deathwing prevail, pitting them against visages of corrupted heroes of Azeroth, and ultimately facing down a tormented version of Nozdormu called Murozond, who created the infinite dragonflight and shattered the time ways in an attempt to subvert his own mortality. Well of Eternity flung heroes back 10,000 years in time just before the Sundering to assist Illidan and Tyrande in battling the Burning Legion as Ashara attempted to bring Sargeras himself to Azeroth. Hour of Twilight saw heroes prepare for the final battle with Deathwing, and fight alongside Thrall to bring the Dragon Soul to Wyrmrest Temple. The final raid, Dragon Soul, continued the fight in the besieged temple through the last of Deathwing's lieutenants and ultimately onto the Destroyer himself, as Thrall, the Dragon Aspects, and the champions of Azeroth attempted to end the Cataclysm once and for all. A new legendary pair of daggers called Fangs of the Fire
Dragon Soul
could be
was such an
obtained by
interesting
rogues
raid.
after completing a multi-quest chain
Mainly the multitudes of one boss fights.
was introduced, offering a quick way for players
Ah,
to form
fucking
a
hate
group
Raid
for a
Finder.
specifically tuned version of the Dragon Soul raid.
Boo.
With all these epic storylines, legendary items, dungeons,
Boo.
raids, the Cataclysm era was densely packed. But perhaps one of the greatest systems introduced in all of Cataclysm, perhaps one of the greatest systems introduced in all of WoW, came with patch 4.3, Transmogrification. This new cosmetic system allows players to customize their gear like
I thought it came out early, Kata,
the
but
appearance of
bro,
one
I'm
item
so
onto
lost.
another. Gone were the days of mismatched armor and feeling like you had to choose stats over aesthetics. Long live the days of sick mogs and looking as good as you feel. In Cataclysm Classic, the core story and experiences will remain, but a few things have gotten some changes. Firstly, things are going to be faster. An increased content cadence will condense
That's what I don't
the
like.
expansion into about 1 year, while an expanded pre-patch means
It goes too fast
as of the pre-patch
to where I
going
can't
live, the Shattering has come
do
to
it.
Azeroth. The Kazan and Gilneas starter zones are now available, and Goblins and Worgen are unlocked and can be leveled up to 80. Transmogrification is unlocked, as are account-wide collections. New class and race combos are unlocked, along with class updates like talents and spells. Archaeology and reforging are also unlocked. Accelerated leveling from 1 to 80 is in place, which will help you roll alts in this faster environment. And flying is unlocked in the newly reshaped Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms. At launch, several more iconic features from Cataclysm will come online. 5 zones will be unlocked. Mount Hyjal, Vashir, Twilight Highlands, Uldum, and Deep Home will all be available for 80 through 85 questing. And the 9 dungeons we explored earlier that were part of patch 4.0.3 will all be unlocked, along with a new heroic dungeon system. The Tol Barad World PvP zone that pits Horde against Alliance for the control of 3 objectives will also unlock at launch, as will everyone's favorite fairgrounds, Darkmoon Island. After launch, Throne of the
Did Darkmoon Island get released in Kata?
and Bastion of Twilight will make their appearance. And a new flexible raid lock system
Nah.
which allows players to do both the
That
10
long
and
ago.
25 player
Fucking hell, I'm so
in the same
lost.
week. Plus, additional content updates will continue to roll out as the expansion unfolds. Thanks for joining us in this walk down memory lane. Since it's 2024, feel free to enjoy streaming your movies, scrolling 7 different social accounts, and not mailing any DVDs. But we hope to see you for some old school fun in Cataclysm Classic. Launching May 20th.
Well, we already know this is already out. If you guys want to see some World of Warcraft Cataclysm Classic, please let me know in the comments or live stream chat, and I'll be sure to get involved. But hey, we got 2 more videos to react to. Let's go.